Good morning. This is Dr. Cooper, and welcome to the fall semester of ENH114, African American Literature. And I want to start out by saying congratulations to all of you for completing the orientation on time. Most of you. There are a couple of you that still need one little thing to fix, but that's much better than what I normally get, so I'm excited about this class. Normally, if I have about 24 students enroll, I'll lose 4 students right off the bat. They can't get the orientation done. So that just is a sign that online course is probably not the right course for a student like that. But none of you fall into that category this semester, so congratulations. Now I want to point out a few things that I want for you to pay a close attention to help you be successful in this course. The first is making sure that you either read or listen or watch all of the announcements that I provide for you. Many announcements will be like this one that I'm recording right now. You'll get to see my face. You can act like you're talking to me. Hi, everyone. But make sure that you go through and look at all of the announcements because that's where a lot of the important information will be shared. Okay, I also will give you opportunities for bonus points, not in every announcement, but every so often. For instance, for this week, if you can post to your blog, so you all set up your blog in your SP1 assignment. If you can post to your blog, making a little post on that, whether it's in Blogger or WordPress, and just tell me why you signed up for this class, and what do you hope to get out of that. So just a short little post, put that on your blog, and then I will give you bonus points for that. All right, that has to be done by next Monday. Okay, so by the end of the day Monday, I will give you bonus points. All right, next, time commitment. In order for you to do well in this course, you need to make sure that you're giving yourself enough time. Now, I will be honest, this class is not a very difficult class. There's a lot of work, so I'm not saying there's not a lot of work, but it's not difficult in terms of the ability to get an A or a B. This summer, I had 12 students, and I had all A's and B's except for the students who failed. Now, unfortunately, 5 of those students failed. And so it gives you an idea that as long as you are staying on top of things and doing your work, you're going to get an A and a B or a B. If you're not, then you fail. There's not a lot of middle ground there. So most students who really want to do well do, and then those who get caught up in this, it's an online class, I can do things whenever I want, that's not a successful plan for you. So make sure that you're following the time commitments. So I'm doing a really good job to help you with that. So when you click on the units, it will tell you within the unit what the estimated time should be for you to complete the assignments in this unit. Okay, so right here you can see that it should take you about 5 hours. So this module that we are working on, or this unit that we are working on right now, unit 1.1, it should take you about 5 hours. So if you plan your time accordingly, you should be able to get that done. Okay, now if you fall behind, you need to catch up right away because falling behind is never going to be good if you continually stay behind. Remember, the late work penalty is 10% off for each day it's late up to a week, and then it's a 0. But also keep in mind that the modules have to be completed before you can go on to the next module. So if you are not doing work on time, in order to move on, you got to do the work, and then it may not be worth anything. So that's not really a good use of your time. So do your work on time or within the week that it was due. That way you can be successful. Okay, I do want to point out that we will be having some optional discussions, chats. That means that I'll schedule some times where we can meet up, usually in the evenings. If you have questions, you can ask questions. We'll do the first one next week, so I'll post them right in the announcements. So if you have time or you have questions, if you want to talk about some of the literature that we're studying, you can show up online. And I'll give you a link to where we'll be meeting for that. Again, they are optional. But again, if you show up for these things, sometimes you'll be able to get bonus points or exceptions for things. So those of you that might fall behind and you missed an assignment, it was late, and you're going to get points docked off of it, I would make an extra effort to show up for an optional chat because I might award you some makeup points. So I won't take points off. You never know what I'm going to do. But if you don't do anything, then it's out of my hands. Now, I want to make sure that you understand that you need to be patient with your grading. There are 22 of you and 1 of me, and I never grade anything until after the due date. So you can see that right now, I haven't graded anything other than your orientation. So many of you have completed lesson 1.1.1 almost a week ago, some of you have. But I'm not going to even start looking at that until the end of today, or yesterday. But since it was the first assignment, I'm waiting until today. Then you have to give me 3 to 5 days to complete grading those. Some of them are self-graded, some of them are half self-graded, and the others require that I grade an essay that's built into it, but 3 to 5 days. So do not email me asking when I'm going to grade something unless it's after the 5 days. Okay, and then you can remind me just like I'm going to remind you when an assignment is due. And if you're late, I might send an announcement that says, hey, this assignment is due. How come you're not completing it? Okay? So to go on the rules, let's say that this one was due yesterday. So 3 days would be today, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So then on Tuesday, if I haven't graded this assignment or you feel that it's not graded correctly, then you can contact me. All right? So 3 to 5 days, and that'll help us all. So just be patient. Again, I don't grade things instantly, so you might be working on things way before the due dates, and that's fine, and I encourage that. Move ahead if you can. You know your time schedule, so work on that. One other thing I want to point out is that when we have discussion forums, this is where students lose most of their points. This is the difference between an A and a B for students, and also the failing for those that end up failing, is that they don't pay attention to the rubric for the discussions. A discussion means that you're going back and forth. I'm not having a discussion right now. I'm talking to myself. But I'm talking to you, but I'm in a room by myself. It's kind of weird. But anyway, in order for you to have a discussion in an online class, you have to talk back and forth with each other. So one of the things that I do is I require that you look at the rubric, and I will give you points based on not just how many words, and how many times you post, which is like a minimum of 3 times, at least 3 times. It's really about what you say and how you engage and interact with each other. So posting only 3 times is a minimum grade of a C. If you want an A or a B, read what your classmates are saying and respond to them. Be genuine in your response. Make sure that you are thorough in your response to the initial question. And then make sure that you're not just doing the minimum. All right? So that is how you can get an A or a B in your discussion. Most students will just answer once, and that's not going to get you an A. In fact, for a 20-point discussion, it'll probably earn you 5 points. Okay? So make sure you read through this rubric and understand fully what it takes to get full points on your discussions. And those are the students that do best in this class, the ones that spend time in those discussions. Now, the last thing about the discussion is you cannot post all of your posts on the last day. That's not a discussion. You come in at the last minute and throw in a bunch of posts is not engaging and interacting with your classmates. So my advice is that if you post your first post a couple days before it's due, and then you can come back the day before it's due, and then follow up and for the final at the end of on the due date, something like that. So it's up to you to decide how you want to do it. But don't wait to the last minute, because that's a sure sign that you are going to not get full credit. And I want to give you full credit. I want everybody to get A's and B's. This is going to be an awesome class. All right. If you are having trouble with anything, or if you have questions about an assignment, I recommend that you text me. If you do choose to email me, it's going to take me forever to respond back to you if you are using my official GCC email address. In the syllabus, I have listed an email address for you to use, and that I allow to come to my phone. I get probably over 100 emails a day from my work email because I'm not just an instructor here. I'm also the faculty director of the Center for Teaching and Learning and Engagement. So I get a lot of emails. So I try to keep them separate so that I can respond to you as quickly as possible. But you have to use the right email address. So here's the one that I have recommended that you use. You can see it here. And if in a bind and you can't remember this, yes, you can use my official school email address, but don't expect me to reply right away because it's not coming to my phone. And I have all these filters, and I check periodically throughout the day, and I'm addressing work stuff, and I just may not see it. So that's my advice. Text me is the best way, and I will reply as soon as I can. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it for this. One last thing that I want to point out is in the announcements. I've been trying to encourage you all to sign up for Remind. and I sent most of you invitations for that. It's in this announcement. And so if you sign up, I will send you reminders about when things are due and little hints about how to do well in a particular assignment. I'll send these out via text message. The way most of you signed up for Remind, I signed you up with your email address, but if you want it to be text message, all you have to do is send a text to, the number is 81010, and then you type in your message just at ENH114, and then you'll be automatically enrolled. And then I'll send you text messages and say, hey, guess what? You have an assignment due tonight. You better get busy, right? Wouldn't that be kind of cool? All right, I get a little excited about things. Okay, so again, congratulations. I'm glad you're all here. It's going to be a great and exciting class. A lot of it is self-paced, but remember there are due dates, and if you keep up with those due dates and pay attention to the recommended time that I'm telling you it will take, I think you'll do really well in this class, and I think you're going to learn lots, and I think you will enjoy it. All right, so if you have any questions, send me a text or an email to the right email address.